These are the healing and enlightenment hand positions of Jiro Murai. They have there's similar hand positions or mudras that are found in different yogic traditions and in Bagua and Kung Fu, and the Chan tradition of Buddhism in China. But I've never seen anything that are exactly these in my life, and I've never experienced anything nearly as efficacious before. So they're quite remarkable. And the basic model is that in the body, energy is continuously flowing essentially up the back and down the front. Up and down, from the toes up to the top of the head and back down. So that's one movement, basic movement that's happening. And then another basic movement that's happening is a connection of energy that's moving up and down on the right side and up and down on the left side. It connects diagonally across the body. And there's a third that is unifying the right and the left with the center. So these are the basic energy movement patterns. So you can have the center in harmony with itself or out of harmony with itself. And you can have the center in harmony with the right, and the center could be in harmony with the left, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the right and left are in harmony with each other. It's kind of like you have a good friend that you really like and everything's clear between you and that person. You have another friend, but you get your two friends together and they don't click, right? So this connection of center to the right and center to the left, and also a balance of right and left. These are the primary conditions of balance inside the body. On the hand has that right and left pattern in the sense that when the anatomical position for Jin Shin Jyutsu is the hands down, or the hands raised up over the head, and the thumbs are the midline of the body, and the little fingers are the outside of the body. And the ascending energy is moving on the back of the hand, and the descending energy is moving on the front of the hand. And all of this isn't important to make the hand positions work. I just wanted to show that all the structures that are inside the body are represented on the hand. So the next basic level of organization is the 12 organs. And the 12 organs and their 12 meridians are represented on the fingers as well. So this little video is accompanies a PDF that goes into a larger description of the organs and their functions. What I'd like to do right now is just simply do the hand positions and just experience them directly as what they do. So the first one is just a very classical position of placing the palms together. And each of the positions are done with as long as you'd like. 6 breaths are very good. Sometimes I do that much less. And those of you who are following along with the video, you can just do it right with us. If it's not exactly 6 breaths for you, just stay with the practice. And then you can modify it to yourself as you know it. Okay, next, the middle finger curls down, and the middle finger nails touch each other, and the rest of the fingertips come together. Next, the middle finger extends and the other fingers just come into a clasped hand position. If you can press the middle finger together if your joints and tendons allow you to do that, but otherwise if just the tips of the fingers are touching, that's good.
And the thumbs are touching.
The thumbs can be parallel with each other or crossed.
Mm-hmm.
The middle finger is very important. It represents the balance point between the ascending, I guess you could call it yang energy, and the descending yin energy. It also represents the balance of the human being. Next, the middle finger just simply comes down into a clasped hand. So all these are working the general ascending and descending energies on both sides of the body and in the center. Now we'll start to work on the right and left side itself. So the first one takes the three fingers, thumb, index, and middle, and the right hand comes and holds them, squeezes them so that the palm of your hand is on the back and the fingers wrap around to the palm of the fingers. So we're grabbing, the back of the hand is grabbing the ascending energy and the fingers are holding the descending energy in harmony with the middle finger. As we're holding the index and thumb, we're focusing on the descending balance in the body. So it's ascending and descending energy because everything's a circle, but balancing the ascending and descending through the descending. Conceptually, you don't need to know the theory behind it, but for those of you who've studied Jin Shin, this is really fun. And then we're working with the little finger side, so that's the ascending energy of the body. Taking the palm of the hand and holding it palm to palm and fingers wrapped around the back. So now we're balancing the ascending and descending through the ascending energy. Okay, let's do the same for the right side of the body. Holding up the right hand with the palm facing out and grasping it with the left hand, fingers wrapped onto the palm of the left hand touching the back of the right. I think some of the uniqueness of these hand mudras, these hand positions, might be attributed to the fact that they they happened spontaneously for Jiro Murai when he was in a state of extreme life-threatening illness. And he was brought up into the mountains to a little cabin in Japan. And he wanted 2 documents to accompany him. One was a copy of the New Testament, and one was a copy of the Kojiki, the record of ancient things in Japan. And due to the severity of his illness, he was in a fast, a long, prolonged fast. And the energy meridians of the body were very easy for him to begin to detect. And some of the hand positions, I believe, were suggested by the Kojiki and by the Bible. And others just spontaneously took place, and he memorized them. Afterwards, as he began to understand the art that he was in the process of rediscovering, the art of Jin Shin Jyutsu, he was able to understand more of what the hand positions were achieving. Okay, now the descending side, that's the little finger side, putting my palm of my hand against the palm of my hand, and fingers wrap around the back. Now begin a series that work very closely around the middle finger. The middle finger and thumb of the right hand grasp the middle finger of the left hand, like a snake biting its own tail. And then the rest of the fingers just lay on top of each other naturally, and the thumb of the left hand rests on top of the right thumb. In these next positions, a lot of focus is on the middle finger. The middle finger is key for the harmony of the blood and the harmony of the nervous system and the harmony of the immune system and the harmony of the masculine and feminine inside of us and the harmony of the complete human being. So a lot is riding on that middle finger. And then we're going to simply roll the middle fingers over on top of each other so that the palm side of both middle fingers are touching each other. The fingers again come down, the thumb comes on top of the opposite middle finger in both hands. So left hand is grasping the middle finger of the right hand, and the right hand is grasping the middle finger of the left hand.
And if you can, let your shoulders just relax.
Yeah, always dropping the shoulders. Thank you. Okay. I'll do the opposite side. The snake comes and bites the tail. The left hand is holding the middle finger of the right hand. The fingers rest on top of each other. The thumb rests on top of the thumb. Now rolling the hand on top so that the middle fingers, palm sides are both touching each other. Fingers come on top. Thumb of the left hand comes underneath. Thumb of the right hand rests on top. So it's that middle finger thumb sandwich. Okay, almost complete here. Middle finger and thumb make an OK sign, and the other hand comes and the thumb inserts itself between the middle finger and thumb of the other. And then the palms rest on top of each other. This is a beautiful position for the support of meditation. The thumb represents the connection of extreme heights and extreme depths. So it helps balance the energy field so that any content that needs to come up and be released in the state of meditation can flow easily up and be fully processed and released. And any attributes of our divine nature that wish to descend, the pathways are open and ready to receive them. And the fingers all in contact with each other helps this balance and openness for release and for integration to happen throughout the complete energy field. Very easy to drop into this one. The same thing on the other side, just simply making a circle with the thumb and middle finger, taking the thumb of the left hand and inserting it between the two, and letting the fingers just rest on each other. And that completes the right and left sequence, and now we go back to the center. Here, the middle finger rises up and they touch each other. Right hand can be on top of left or left on top of right. And then the thumb comes and holds the middle finger of the same hand. So now my right thumb is holding my right middle finger. So it's just this posture, again, brought together so that that middle joint of the middle finger is in contact with the opposite. And it, as always, experimentation is beautiful. So you can also place the right hand on top of the left. Because of the relationship of the ascending and descending energies in the fingers, it has a slightly different attunement, but the main attunement remains the same. Right and left side completely in harmony with themselves and completely in harmony with the center. And now, finally, laying the left hand on top of the right and the thumbs gently touching each other at the tip. Having gone through the preceding hand positions, the person becomes attuned naturally so that this open circle that is created now, just the amount of pressure that's on the thumb alone, from very, 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 very soft to increasingly firm, will make various adjustments inside the energy field, which you as a researcher can find for yourself. But you find the right kind of contact that feels just right for this present moment. In this open circle, all is held as it is. Everything is welcomed. My strengths and my weaknesses all contribute to my wholeness. What I like about myself, what I don't like about myself, are equally contributing to my wholeness. What I've mastered and what I'm in the process of learning equally contribute to my wholeness. The completeness and incompleteness of my history, of my past, equally contribute to my wholeness. And the infinite possibilities proceeding out of this present moment. Any path that I take will contribute to my wholeness. Okay, thank you very much. The next video will show the positions for balancing the 12 organs. But I just would like to say that these beautiful positions I've made use of working with corporate design teams, strategic planning teams, technical teams. I've used them in rape and crisis centers, addiction centers, in burn units, injury units, grief counseling. The power that lays inside these hands and these fingers is really astounding. So I'm really happy to share them. Checking in from Earth Island, New Mexico. Thank you.
So do you feel, so if one, in one's daily practice of self-tuning, one would hold the fingers, which you were going to say you would do that another time,
Yeah,
but, and then do these, run through these mudras, and
I go through these first,
you go through these ones first?
and then I go to the fingers.
Uh-huh, okay.
Because this is rather unusual, but in the
Mhm.
in the concept of Jin Shin, the unconditional field is always full strength. It's always unconditional. It never needs any balancing. And yet how that unconditional energy inside of us makes contact with the conditional makes a huge difference.
Hmm.
So even though the unconditional field never gets weaker or out of balance, still the quality of the contact can change. So this adjusts the quality of the contact of the unconditional field with our personal energy.
Mhm.
And then I start with these, and then I go to the personal energy, because my 12 organs are my personal sandbox.
Mhm.
So the way some of the masters would describe it is that I don't get to play with my unconditional field. I can dance with it, but I don't get to mess with it. I can't make it stronger or weaker. And when they would measure the unconditional field with people who were like extremely sick or drunks on the side of the street, they would find that the unconditional field was the same strength all the time, that nothing seemed to affect it. So a person could be just absolutely shattered, and their unconditional field was still full strength. But their personal field, what I call the personal sandbox, that's where I can play and mess things up. That would be a total wreck.
Mhm.
So when we're doing this, we're not strengthening the unconditional field, but we're helping the unconditional field in the quality of its compassionate contact with the rest of me.
Mhm.
That's the best I can describe it so far.
Mhm.
All right, thank you.